Hey, what's up? This is Calvin with Improver, and welcome to today's sneak peek where we give you a look inside the Improver laboratories where all the innovation and magic happens. Today, we're going to take another look at the Impruver Sensei. This is a tool that helps users to more effectively use the Lean tools that they may have in their Lean toolbox on top of the Improver platform. So let's jump right into it. So here we go. I got my simple 5 whys tool pulled up, and I'm going to do a quick 5 why analysis, okay? So the first thing my sensei wants to know is, hey, Mike, I'm here to help you fill out the simple 5 whys template. Let's start with the first field. Could you tell me what the title or problem of your situation is? We're seeing a lot of overtime in warehouse operations. Let's see what it says. All right, so what it's doing here is important because it's not necessarily giving the user the answer. What it's doing is getting the user to think about how to frame the title, in this case, more effectively. I'm going to say the area is running longer than normal, causing high overtime. Let's see what it says. All right, so here it's taken what I initially put, what it suggested that I think about a little better, then what I put in addition, and it's giving me a suggestion framing the title in a more effective way. So here we go. Excessive overtime in warehouse operations due to extended working hours. Sounds good. So then the sensei went ahead and added that title to the 5 whys tool. And then it moved on to the next field on the tool. So here we're going to talk about the description. So let me add a description. Okay, let me submit that. Again, now the sensei is going to ask me questions to get me to think more deeply about my description. It says, that's a good start. To clarify further, could you provide any specific data or observations you've made about the overtime issue? For instance, how has the overtime changed over a certain period, or are there any patterns in which the overtime increases? So it's challenging me to think instead of putting a generic or kind of half thought through response in the field. It's asking me to put something a little more thorough and thought out. So now it's going to take all my inputs, clean it up a bit, and give me a more clear description. All right, now it's going to start taking me through the root cause analysis. First, why? Why do you think this increasing overtime is happening? Okay, and I put warehouse workers are restacking pallets over and over. Now it wants to know, why are they doing this multiple times? Is there a particular reason this is happening? Okay, now we got our first why. So now let's work on the second why. So you can see what it's doing. It's actually walking me through the 5 whys, right? So the next thing to come beyond this is voice command, where it's kind of a dialogue, right, between the AI and the user. And what makes this so powerful is that every single employee in your company now has a personalized lean sensei or lean coach that's getting them to think through the proper use of these tools so they can get more value out of them. I think the key thing to notice is that it's not giving the answer to the user. It's asking them the question and getting them to think for themselves to sharpen the answer. It's supporting the user and not just controlling the user. And then finally, I get to a countermeasure here and I hit submit. And it gives me a nice summary of my responses. Now, if I want to recall this 5 why analysis, let's say 6 months from now, I can simply come into my dashboard. I can type in warehouse, some other keyword, and here we go. Excessive overtime in the warehouse right there. Boom. So there you have it. We got a really neat tool here. It's called the Impruver Sensei. Gives everybody a sensei and helps you build a continuous improvement culture within your organization. Today is June 5th. This is scheduled to be released into production early next week. So make sure you tune in to check that out. Have a great weekend.